So for those that are following with us, what we're doing tonight, we're teaching, we're doing a countdown. So we just want you to just carefully follow us. We're doing a countdown to the rapture. Saints of God, the rapture is imminent.
So it says, wherefore I was grieved with that generation, and said, they do always err in their hearts, and they have not known my ways. So we know that the generation that left Egypt to enter into the promised land, most of them died in the wilderness. And how long did they spend in the wilderness? 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So see, we have two numbers here. We have 100,
right,
and
so
we have 40.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but there is still some other scriptures we want to look at. Mainly, we want to go to Psalm 90 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you remember what it says about what? 10?
10.
All right, Psalm 90.
So that's 80.
Psalm 90 and verse 10. Yes, we're coming up with Psalm 90 and verse 10. It says right here, right? The days of our years are 70, that's 70, and by reason of strength they shall be 80. Okay? So, a generation, when Moses wrote this psalm, he was saying a generation is lasting, approximately between 70 and 80 years.
So we could
we're gonna still write
75.
We're gonna still write the 100, the 40, the 80, and the 70, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 numbers there. And if you were to get an average, you're going to come out with about 72 years, right? 290 divided by 4.
72. We could say around this off to 73.
Oh yeah, round about 73. Or if you want to go up even to 75. Okay? So that's when we look at all the scriptures that the Bible speak about the generation, we get an average as to at the time frame that Jesus could be giving us. If you put 75 from 1948, where would that put us?
If we're to add this to 1948?
Yeah, 75 plus 1948. Where would that put us?
Saints of God, for those that are doing this, just bear with us. But this would take us to
that would put us to 23.
Well, let me interject a little bit, Prophet. Isn't this funny? In another couple of days, or Israel is celebrating their anniversary, as they're celebrating 72 years since Israel being a nation.
Wow, I wasn't even thinking about that.
In another couple of days, if they have not already celebrated, but I know their anniversary would have been.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yes, it's coming up. I think it's early May.
Yes, somewhere there.
And they're celebrating 72 years.
Yes,
isn't that something?
From 1948.
From 1948. So this is very telling, isn't it?
Yes.
This is very telling. So in other words, so we just add from since 1948.
And what if we say, okay, as Moses said, some people live to 80 years, mm-hmm. right? What if we put it up to counting from 1940 years and we had 80 years? Then that would take us to 28.
Mm-hmm.
Another fact.
Saints of God, prophet.
Yes, the prophecy that Jesus gave on the Mount of Olives when he was talking to the disciple, and they were talking about the temple and so forth, and then they asked him, tell us what is going to be the sign of your coming, tell us about the end of the age. And then he started talking to them, and the first thing he told them, he said, you see this temple you're looking at here, not one stone is going to be left upon another. So those prophecies start to fulfill from AD 70, and from AD
Right.
70 right up to now, we're seeing the prophecies that Jesus gave, recorded mainly by Dr. Luke in Luke 21, and Saint Matthew in Matthew 24.
Right.
They are fulfilling, in our generation. So what we're saying here in the terms of the countdown, we are the generation upon whom the end of the ages are come.
We are the rapture generation.
We are the rapture generation.
Rapture generation.
We are the last generation.
The last generation, saints of God.
Right.
This is what we're saying.
And as I said, we took time out to show you how long is a Bible generation. Well, we put all the scriptures together that we could find talking about a generation in the Bible, right? And get to the average number. And we see that average number is anywhere between 75, maximum 80, right? And so the only thing I'm not able to tell you is that, as I said, some Bible scholars, they count the generation from 1948. Others, like myself, I know I tend to count it from 1967. But either way you take it, right? We have only a few years, as the clock is ticking, before Jesus put in his appearance first for the rapture, for the sons of God.
Church saints of God, let me say this. We know when the Lord speaks to us, and so we're here to warn you. We're here to get you prepared, not to scare you. This is not a scare tactic. This is that the Lord said, I will not destroy a city without a warning. When the Lord speaks, we have to warn, and we got to be prepared. Another thing that the Lord is saying is that we got to prepare our children. We got to prepare our children. We don't want to be going up in the rapture, going up in the clouds and all this kind of stuff. What about our children? We got to prepare them, saints of God. We got to get them involved. Get them involved. Talk to them about the rapture. Talk to them about the tribulation and that kind of stuff. So, Bishop, you gave us a number. You told us 2023 and also 2028. Could you explain to us, because I'm sure people out there, they did not quite understand these numbers. What do these numbers represent?
Well, it represents the closing of the Bible generation, of the generation. This generation,
and that means the rapture, right?
Right, shall not pass until all these things be fulfilled. So, as I said, if we put 75 years, counting from 1948 to now, then, would only have 3 more years left.
Mm-hmm.
If we count from 1948 and even put the generation to maximum 80 years as a Bible generation, then that would take us to 2028. Okay? All right? Now, as I said, there's other calculation we can do. We could take these numbers and bring it up and count it from 1967.
Well, Bishop, I would like to look at my calculation. I would really like.
All right, let's look at your calculation.
Saints of God, this is getting more excited. I'm going to look at, of course, Bishop, so he looked at the different generations. So now, of course, in math, when we used to do math in, high school, in math, sometimes you have different formulas, but you can still arrive at the same answer.
That's right.
Right? So now, saints of God, I'm going to do a simple calculation. If you could just put that on the screen. The simple calculation